In Kiev, 1976, two Ukrainian teenagers capture their own reflection, decades before selfies ruled the world. Their smiles freeze a rare freedom within the gray tones of Soviet life. In this fleeting moment, youth defies time, proof that even under watchful eyes, the human urge to be seen never fades. Somewhere on the Western Front, four soldiers pause amid the chaos to share a Maillard's Eagle Sweet chocolate bar. The eagle on the wrapper stands proud, a small emblem of home, courage, and fleeting comfort. In this quiet bite of sweetness, the taste of normal life briefly returns to men who have seen too much. March 1920, Yvonne Vallée and Maurice Chevalier freeze a moment of charm and youth beneath studio lights. Her cloche hat and his straw boater mirror the elegance of an age finding its rhythm again after war. In his smile and her poise, the Roaring Twenties are just beginning to hum their tune. April 12th, United States. A glimpse into the elegance of a bygone era where hats were more than accessories, they were statements of identity. Beneath the structured brims and delicate feathers lies a world of quiet confidence, where style spoke louder than words, and fashion told the story of a generation in bloom. A group of proud young women from across America, Nancy from Los Angeles, Sue from Philadelphia, Rita from Ogdensburg, Jane from Atlanta, Florence from Nashville, and Niltzi from Sodus, stand united in purpose. Newly arrived among 650 members of the Women's Army Corps, their smiles hide the weight of history they're helping to shape. Proof that courage, too, can wear a uniform. In a smoky New York backroom, time seems to slow as a group of men huddle over a worn table, cards in hand. Faded hats tilt low, concealing faces carved by years of work and worry. In their laughter and silence alike, the pulse of the city beats, lives wagered, not just hands played. Captured in 1917, two women pose proudly beside their bicycles, symbols of freedom and quiet rebellion. Their poise speaks of elegance, yet their wheels whisper of independence. In an age when motion itself was defiance, they rode toward a new world, leaving convention in the dust. In the frozen brilliance of St. Moritz, 1923, American skating champion Howard Nicholson defies gravity, soaring over 6 women with effortless grace. The ice reflects courage and spectacle, where elegance meets daring. In that brief leap, winter itself seems to hold its breath. In the quiet dignity of the 1920s, an unidentified man poses in his best suit, poised between eras of tradition and change. His gaze, steady yet distant, speaks of ambition and restraint. Time fades, but the confidence of his stance remains eternal. Winter, 1939. French soldiers stand resolute in the biting snow, their breath merging with the mist of war. Behind their calm eyes lies exhaustion, courage, and the quiet dread of what's to come. In this frozen silence, history holds its breath. In 1905, a group of laughing women share a playful moment, crowded into a wheelbarrow. Their joy feels timeless, their laughter echoing across a century. In a world still finding its pace, they remind us that humor has always been rebellion, wrapped in grace. Allegheny County, 1941, 3 women, Melba Rhodes, Marion Krall, and Billy Fortune, stand poised behind a railing at South Park Golf Course. Their summer stripes and anchored collars capture an era where elegance met leisure, when even watching the game was an art of style. Somewhere in the 1930s or 1940s, a young couple lies in the grass, carefree, sunlit, and suspended in time. Their laughter whispers of innocence before the world changed, when love was still simple and summer afternoons could last forever. Captured on September 27, 1958, Mel Buchanan, Herbie Wagner, June Findlay, and Bob Carrillo share a fleeting moment of mid-century youth. The smiles, the style, the effortless charm. A snapshot of friendship frozen in a decade that still dreamed in black and white. July 25, 1946, the Women's Auxiliary Air Force Cricket 11 stands proud at Park Royal Sports Ground, London. Front row, second from left, Joan Wilkie Wilkinson, the spirited captain who led with quiet strength. In their poised smiles lies the resilience of women who had just served through war, now reclaiming joy on the cricket field. May 1910. In St. Louis, two young newsboys pause from the day's grind, cigarettes dangling from their lips. Captured by Louis Hine, this haunting portrait for the National Child Labor Committee speaks of childhood traded for survival, where smoke and grit mask the innocence time never returned. Circa 1915 to 1920, singer Elliott Shaw, remembered for his golden voice, stands poised with a camera in hand. In this quiet moment, the performer becomes the observer, capturing life instead of commanding its stage. Behind the lens, fame fades, leaving only curiosity and the art of seeing. In this tender studio moment, a sailor embraces a young woman, his uniform crisp, his smile unguarded. Between them lingers the warmth of reunion or the ache of parting. The photograph freezes a fleeting heartbeat of love in wartime, where every embrace could be the last. Before the fame, before the empire of aviation and film, a young Howard Hughes stands among his schoolmates at Fessenden School. His eyes already hold a glint of restless ambition, a boy destined to outgrow every room he stood in, even this one. Two models pose in striking contrast, one elevated in a flowing white Celanese crepe tennis dress, the other grounded in a belted rayon suit by Elizabeth Arden. Its elegance meeting ease, a glimpse of 1930s fashion where sport and sophistication walked hand in hand. On May 12, 1914, Miss G. King sat for a portrait with her beloved cat, Buzzer, captured through the poetic lens of Arnold Genthy. In the soft stillness of the moment, woman and cat mirror each other's quiet grace, a timeless bond preserved in silver tones. In 1929, the dazzling duo André and Louise lit up the cabaret stage with elegance and charm. Beneath the glow of Art Deco lights, their synchronized grace captured the carefree spirit of the jazz age, a fleeting moment where rhythm and romance ruled the night. July 27, 1933. Boys from East London and Cardiff leap through the summer air at High Beach Holiday Camp in Essex. For one golden week, they traded city streets for open fields and laughter in Epping Forest. In their carefree game of leapfrog, the weight of hardship briefly vanished beneath the sunlight. In 1928, 7 radiant models gathered around a gleaming new car, each holding a number to mark the year's arrival. Behind the glamour stood Gwen Lee, Sally Eilers, and Dorothy Culliver, with Audrey Ferris, Sue Carroll, Molly O'Day, and June Collier smiling in front. The scene feels timeless, a snapshot of optimism on the open road of modernity. On August 19, 1932, Londoners stepped out to escape the city's heat wave, even daring to wear shorts. a rare sight for the time. Along sunlit streets, laughter mingled with the hum of summer. In this fleeting moment, tradition loosened its collar, and modern comfort quietly took its first confident stride. A poised businessman stands mid-motion, file in one hand and a confident gesture in the other. A portrait that could just as easily belong to today's corporate world. His crisp attire and assertive stance speak a timeless language of ambition. Even decades later, the rhythm of business remains strikingly familiar. In France, 1910, two young girls pose proudly behind their cameras, capturing the world through curious eyes. Their poise and focus defy the era's limits, standing as quiet pioneers of creativity. More than a century later, their confidence feels uncannily modern, as if they've just stepped into today's digital age. Quebec, Canada. During the filming of The Knockout, actor Milton Sills pauses to cradle an unlikely co-star, a rescued brown bear cub from the Beauchamp River. The moment blurs cinema and tenderness, a He-Man of the screen revealing quiet gentleness. Even in Hollywood's golden age, humanity found its soft focus. Southern California, 1932. A young couple leans close, sharing an ice cream cone beneath the sun. Their laughter freezes time more sweetly than the treat itself. In this simple act of joy, we glimpse the eternal warmth of summer love, a moment that could belong to any decade. In 1925, the neighborhood gang gathers, full of mischief and pride. Barefoot and carefree, they pose for a portrait that feels timeless. Behind their playful grins lies the spirit of an era when friendship was forged in dusty streets, and laughter was the only luxury they needed. Somewhere near the front, soldiers of the Manchester Regiment square off in a makeshift boxing ring. Laughter and cheers echo through the war-torn camp. For a fleeting moment, the brutality of battle fades, replaced by courage, camaraderie, and the heartbeat of men refusing to surrender their humanity. Riverside Holiday Camp, Chertsey. A young woman smiles beneath the summer sun, her nose shielded by a curious little guard against sunburn. It's 1930s innovation meets seaside charm. A playful reminder that even in simpler times, fashion and practicality often danced hand in hand beneath the English sky. Fleet Street, London, amid dust and brick, builders pause for a steaming mug of tea. Their laughter mingles with the city's hum, a brief peace between hours of labor. In that shared moment, Britain's heartbeat slows, fueled not by machines or money, but by tea, grit, and quiet camaraderie. Amid the snow's quiet embrace, John Gilbert and Eleanor Boardman share a tender moment on the set of Redemption. The cold around them melts into cinematic warmth, where love and illusion blur. Even through silent frames, their closeness speaks louder than any line ever could. California, early 1930s. A carefree snapshot from the Hauptmann family album captures laughter, sunlight, and friendship. Yet behind the smiles lies a shadow. Bruno Hauptmann, soon to be accused in the infamous Lindbergh kidnapping. The photo freezes innocence moments before history turned it to tragedy. July 20th, 1959. Peter Carolyn Stocker and Caroline Hutchinson lean close over a gleaming ditch-burn jukebox, fingers poised to choose their next song. The air hums with teenage excitement and rock and roll promise. Two girls caught in the golden rhythm of a decade that never stopped dancing. April 12, 1918. Young photographers at the City of London School capture moments of athletic pride through their box cameras. Amid the echoes of wartime Britain, these boys focus not on battle but on youth, motion, and fleeting joy, preserving innocence in a world learning the cost of loss. August 2nd, 1937. On the grassy banks of the River Thames near Kingston, 3 young women share laughter and bananas beneath the summer sun. Their playful joy feels disarmingly modern, a carefree moment of friendship and freedom, untouched by the looming shadows of history, soon to unfold. Changhua City, February 25th, 2025. A hand holds a fading photo from the 1970s, capturing the women of Taiwan's Dazhong Funeral Marching Band in their earlier uniforms. Across decades, their music endures, a bittersweet harmony of loss and celebration, where even farewells march to the rhythm of life. In a looted mansion once home to Bashar al-Assad's family, scattered photographs lie across the marble floor. The silence of Damascus hangs heavy. Walls that once guarded power now echo with absence. History shifts quietly, captured not in speeches or battles, but in the stillness after the fall. Photographs and keepsakes of Eric Morecambe rest beneath soft museum lights, each one whispering laughter from a golden age of British comedy. The upcoming auction feels less like a sale and more like a curtain call, where every frame, every smile, keeps the legend alive between applause and memory. Switzerland, 1945. In a small school theater, children perform beneath handmade lights, their play dedicated to the nation's donation efforts. Outside, the world is rebuilding from war's ruin. But here, on this humble stage, hope is rehearsed in every line, and kindness takes its final bow.